Late at night, the roar of a motorcycle echoes on a deserted road. In the darkness, only the faint light of street lamps illuminates a small, frail boy hiding behind a concrete pillar. The boy holds a bottle of sleeping pills and whispers a chilling question. I only weigh 43 pounds. How many pills will it take? Will anyone hear his cry? A painful question from a child, and no one knows the depth of despair behind those words. Tommy, a war veteran, is riding his Harley through the empty road, hearing an odd sound, the sound of soft footsteps on concrete. When the headlights of his bike shine, he sees the boy huddled, holding the bottle of pills, his eyes red from crying. The boy's gaze isn't one searching for salvation, but one waiting for the end. Tommy stops his bike, gets off, and approaches the boy. He looks at the child with understanding. The man had witnessed too much death in his life, and never had he seen such profound despair in a child's eyes. Hey there, buddy, Tommy says gently, trying to calm the boy. The boy jumps, scattering the pills everywhere. He frantically scrambles to pick them up, his hands trembling, his eyes filled with desperation. Please don't tell anyone, the boy begs, his voice choked. I'll give you anything if you help me. Tommy watches as the boy pulls out a small Ziploc bag full of Pokemon cards. These are worth $800, the boy says with shaking hands. My dad checked on mine. If I give them to you, will you make sure I don't wake up? Tommy's heart shatters into pieces. This boy, only 11 years old, and he's asking for death as a way out. Tommy sits down next to the boy, not rushing, not forcing him to speak. He listens. He doesn't ask why, because he knows the boy is fighting a battle that no one else could possibly understand. Tommy is a man who has witnessed the horrors of war, seen his brothers fall in battle in Vietnam. He knows the pain the boy is enduring, even though it is a different kind of battle. What's your name? Tommy asks. Ethan, the boy whispers. Ethan Marsh. Tommy gently responds. I'm Tommy. What happened, Ethan? Why are you out here with those pills? Ethan lifts his head, tears filling his eyes. I have leukemia, and it came back for the third time. They want me to do another bone marrow transplant, but the last one almost killed me. I can't do it again. I can't make my mom cry anymore. And my dad, he's working his third job tonight to pay for my treatment, but it's not working anyway. Tommy listens, feeling the storm of emotions rising inside him. He can see the exhaustion in Ethan's eyes, the painful toll this disease is taking on him, on his family. They told my mom when they thought I was asleep. Ethan continues. There's only a 20% chance the transplant will work, but I'll just suffer every day until I die anyway. You decided to take control, huh? Tommy asks carefully. Ethan nods. I can't watch my mom cry anymore when she thinks I'm sleeping. Tommy's heart aches. He feels the rage building inside him, but it's not aimed at the boy's parents. It's the rage at life itself for torturing this innocent child. Tommy looks into Ethan's eyes. He knows he can't call for help. He can't betray the boy's trust, but if he does nothing, Ethan will be lost forever. How about one more hour? Tommy asks softly. Ethan looks at him with suspicion. Why? Because I want to show you something. Just 1 hour. If after that, you still want to go through with it, I won't stop you. Ethan remains silent, his eyes filled with doubt and despair. Finally, he nods, slowly placing the pill bottle down. Tommy quickly sends a text. Emergency. St. Catherine's parking garage, level 3. Bring everyone. What did you just do? Ethan asks nervously. My family, Tommy replies simply. Within minutes, the rumble of motorcycles fills the garage. 15 members of the Devil's Prophets roll in, leather vests, rough faces that would terrify most people. Ethan's eyes widen. Are they going to hurt me? Ethan asks. No, son, Tommy says. They're here to tell you their stories. Big Mike, a giant of a man, parks his Harley and walks over. Standing 6 feet 5 inches and weighing 300 pounds, covered in scars, he towers over them. Is this the warrior? Big Mike asks Tommy. Warrior, Tommy answers. He's here to share what it means to live. Big Mike sits down next to Ethan. I was dying once too, he says, his voice low and steady. Brain tumor, the size of a golf ball. Doctor said I had 3 months to live. I didn't want to die, but every day I wanted to give up. I couldn't walk for a year. I forgot my name for 6 months. I wanted to die every day. Ethan stares at this giant who looks indestructible. But you didn't, Ethan whispers. No, Big Mike replies, because my brothers wouldn't let me. They carried me when I couldn't walk, fed me when I couldn't hold a spoon, reminded me who I was when I forgot. Another biker approaches, smaller, quieter, missing his left arm. I lost this in Iraq, he says, pointing to his missing limb. Came home and tried to eat a bullet for breakfast. Ethan gasps. Tommy found me. The biker continues. Dragged me to the club. Taught me to ride with one arm. Gave me a reason to wake up. One by one, 15 bikers sit around Ethan, sharing their stories. Cancer, war accidents, loss. Each has faced death and chosen life, but only because someone else chose it for them first. Why are you telling me all this? Ethan asks, tears streaming down his face. Because you're trying to fight alone, Tommy says. Nobody wins alone. Ethan shakes his head. But you don't even know me. We know you're 11, Tommy says. We know you're carrying the weight of protecting your parents from your pain. We know you're brave enough to face death, but too tired to face life. We know you're one of us, Big Mike adds. Ethan looks confused. I'm not a biker. Tommy pulls out a child-sized leather vest from his saddlebag. It has one patch. Prospect. You are now, Tommy says. If you want to be, but I'm dying, Ethan says weakly. Maybe, Tommy agrees. Maybe not. But either way, you don't have to do it alone anymore. Ethan takes the vest and looks at it, his hand shaking. What does being a prospect mean? It means your family, Razor explains. It means 15 brothers who will sit with you during chemo, who will make you laugh when you want to cry, who will carry you when you can't walk. Ethan looks up at him, still unsure. But why would you do that? Tommy points to a patch on his vest. 1969, he says. I was 19 in Vietnam. Watched my best friend die in my arms. He was 18. For 50 years, I've wondered why I lived and he didn't. But tonight, I figured it out. I lived so I could be here right now to tell you that your life matters. Ethan breaks down completely. Months of held-back tears pour out as 15 bikers form a protective circle around him. I'm so scared, Ethan sobs. The transplant hurts so much. We'll be there, Big Mike promises. Every needle, every treatment, every bad day. Ethan wipes his eyes. But you can't be there all the time. Watch us, Razor says. Just then, Ethan's mother runs in, frantically searching. Ethan! Oh God, I woke up and you were gone. She sees the bikers and freezes in terror. It's okay, Mom, Ethan says quickly. These are my friends. Tommy stands and approaches her carefully. Ma'am, I'm Tommy. We found Ethan. He's safe. She sees the pills on the ground and understands immediately. Oh, baby. No. I'm sorry, Mom. Ethan cries. I just wanted the pain to stop. These men. She looks at the bikers. You helped him? Tommy nods. We're going to keep helping him if you let us. She nods through her tears. Thank you. The next morning, 15 motorcycles are parked outside the hospital. News spreads quickly. The dying boy has been adopted by a motorcycle club. Whenever Ethan goes for his transplant, 2 bikers are always there. They take shifts, so he's never alone. They bring comic books, tell jokes, and hold his hand through the worst pain. When he loses his hair, they all shave their heads. When he cries, they cry with him. The nurses call them the gentlest gang in America. 3 months into treatment, Ethan gets an infection. His fever hits 104. Doctors prepare his parents for the worst. But 15 bikers fill the hospital chapel. Men who haven't prayed in decades get on their knees for an 11-year-old boy. Tommy sits by Ethan's bed, reading Pokemon card descriptions because Ethan loves hearing about their powers. Charizard, Tommy reads, fire and flying type. Doesn't give up even when facing stronger opponents. Ethan's eyes flutter open. That's like you guys, he whispers. The fever breaks that night. 6 months later, something miraculous happens. The transplant works. Ethan's cancer goes into remission. The first thing he does when he can walk is go to the parking garage, level 3, behind the concrete pillar. Why here, son? Tommy asks. Because this is where I tried to die, Ethan says, and where you guys gave me a reason to live. Ethan pulls out the Pokemon cards he once tried to trade for death. I want you to have these, Ethan tells Tommy. I didn't earn them, Tommy protests. You earned them by saving me, Ethan insists. But not the Charizard. I'm keeping that one. Why? Tommy asks. Because it reminds me of that night, Ethan says, when 15 dragons landed in a parking garage to guard a dying boy. It's been 2 years now. Ethan is 13, cancer-free, and rides on the back of Tommy's Harley to club meetings. His vest has more patches now. Cancer survivor. Brother protected. At every meeting, Tommy tells the story of the night he found a dying boy counting pills. How 15 bikers became an army of angels. How Pokemon cards became a symbol of choosing life. Ethan always adds the most important part. Death isn't the scariest thing, he says. The scariest thing is facing it alone. Then he looks at his brothers, these rough men who held him through hell, and says the words that matter most. But nobody in this family dies alone. The pills are long gone. The cancer is gone, but the Brotherhood remains. Because sometimes salvation comes on motorcycles. Sometimes angels wear leather. And sometimes an 11-year-old boy with Pokemon cards teaches hardened bikers that the greatest courage isn't facing death. It's choosing life when death seems easier.